This is the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Ever wish you could re-listen to your favorite interview or segment? Do you enjoy hearing older shows for the first time in years? Then the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less is just what you need. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Hello, everyone. John Solberg here, your host for the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Happy to tell you that this show was by special request from Mr. Rempe himself. He reached out and said, hey, did we ever include a particular reference from Michael O'Donnell of Cave Tools in a show? And I had thought that we did. And I can't believe Greg remembered that at all that we did or didn't. But we didn't, and now we did. Let's jump into this one.
Maybe here's a better answer. Aside from the cooker that's 100% U.S. based, are the other products also U.S. made, or are they manufactured overseas?
Yeah, when I started, like I said, I started with a grill brush, and I actually imported samples from China, and I sent them out all over to the U.S. to different industrial brush manufacturing plants, trying to see if we could be made in the USA. And it really is a damn shame that it's almost impossible from a competitiveness standpoint.
Yep.
So we do manufacture overseas in China for a couple of our other products. But with that said, we have a lot of different quality control processes in place to really make sure that, we're not making cheap products. Our whole brand is around premium products that are built to last.
Do you get any internet blowback from people about where they're manufactured, or do you find that people talk a good game in public, but when it comes time to buy, they really don't care? And probably what pushes them towards one side or the other is the actual cost bottom line.
I think there's very few barbecue products that are out there that are made in the USA. It's just very difficult. So at the end of the day, yeah, people are pissed off, right? I mean, we want to support America, but at the same time, when it comes time to pull out your credit card, are you going to spend $5 or $7 extra to be made in the USA? I mean, luckily for us, we were able to start overseas, and now we get to employ more people in the USA that we may never have been able to do if we didn't start overseas.
Michael O'Donnell joining me here on the show from Cave Tools, mycavetools.com, the website. And don't forget, you can get a free copy of the barbecue recipe book, freebarbecuerecipebook.com, with a 20% coupon in the back of that as well to use in the store. Michael, do you have any products that are in retail outlets, or are you just online at this point?
Yeah, right now we're about 95% online sales. We're in a wholesale. We have a wholesale account down in Virginia and one in Florida, but that's it. So this summer, we're really making a large push to get into retail. Just from a brand recognition standpoint, we're in a large auction out in Las Vegas coming up in May, which should have about 20,000 distributors and retailers out there. So really trying to push to get into a little more of the retail market.
If you got into, let's say, a Costco or some other big chain store to really increase the exposure, and you have a buyer come to you or a distributor come to you, are you able to build out and accommodate for that, or would that take some time to meet a huge order?
Obviously, in that standpoint or in that circumstance, I would have to go out and raise funding. Ordering inventory is expensive, especially when you need to hold it. Shark Tank is one of my favorite shows on TV, so I watch that all the time. And with those large retail contracts, I know there's a lot of risk associated with that, and it could tank the whole business. So at this point, we're really looking for more of the, hearth and patio type of people, hardware stores, more smaller locally. And then as we grow as a company, maybe another year from now or 2 years from now, I think that's definitely in the future for the company.
Would you like to get on a Shark Tank? I mean, local celebrity and former football player Al Bubba Baker got a bidding war about boneless ribs.
I saw that episode.
This is like you could flip his boneless ribs with your grill set with spatula, tongs, and fork, and other stuff. Would you like to get on that show?
Eventually, I get approached often about that. And I just don't think we're there yet as a company. within another year or 2 years from now, when we have a larger variety of product lines, I think that's definitely something that we would like to do. And I'd love to hang out with Mark Cuban.
Yeah, who wouldn't? I'd like to hang out with his wallet and run away with it.
Yeah.
Are there other products aside from the ones that you'd mentioned? Are there other products like down the line that you see adding in a year from now or 2 years from now?
Yeah. So we, like I said, I started last summer in May, and over this winter, we kind of got hit pretty hard with the seasonality aspect, right? Because we're, barbecue only. So we're trying to expand a little more into cooking, a couple more general cooking products, and then, seasoning injectors, things like that sell like crazy during November, December. So we can really even out the business. So, we have a lot of product lines in the works right now, and, just looking forward to it, especially with the summer coming. We'll have a little bit more cash flow to work with to expand the business.
Michael O'Donnell joining me here on the show from Cave Tools. Michael, you ever thought about getting out like on a barbecue or grilling competitions, or maybe ones that are even local to you, to kind of set up shop? Or is that something that you've done to try and get the word out and at least get some exposure to the people that are in the industry?
Up until this point, I've been focused more on the business aspect of it. But, listening to your show, I'm just starting to get more and more into barbecue culture. So we've reached out to quite a few barbecue teams. We had somebody from the Kansas City Barbecue Society contacted us the other day, the Susquehanna Blue Smoke barbecue team. So for me this summer, I'm looking forward to attending barbecue competitions and really learning more about barbecue itself and how to become a really good cook. Because that's not my background. So I'd like to expose myself to that more this summer.
I had some charcoal guys on last week, and I want to ask you the same question that I asked them. Obviously, you've put a lot of hard work into this business just in the short time you've been in it. Is the goal really to build it out and continue to do the whole branding and product thing, kind of build that empire? And do you secretly hope that maybe a bigger company might come, pull out a checkbook and stroke you a check so you can walk away?
At this point right now, we're really just focused on building the brand. We're getting a lot of loyalty from our customers. We have people buying 5-6 products at a time and sending them to their friends. So we're really building that community right now. As a business person, that's your payday, right? So we'll see what happens down the line. But right now, we're just focused on building a kick-ass barbecue brand.
If I offered you $5 million to be tipped over in a porta potty covered in poop and become a quadriplegic, would you take that money?
If I offered you $5 million to fuck a cow covered in jelly, would you do it?
And there you go. And that is the reason why Michael Medium Rare O'Donnell is in the Barbecue Central Show Guest Hall of Fame. I did some poking around. Cave Tools seems like it's a very small presence out there. They got a small Amazon store. Don't know what happened to Michael. Don't know what happened to Cave Tools. They exist in some level, or they're just burning down old inventory. I'm just speculating. But that is why Michael O'Donnell is in the Barbecue Central Show Guest Hall of Fame. Go listen to the rest of the show over at thebbqcentralshow.com. And until next time, I'm John Solberg. I look forward to talking to you again soon.